All right, lesson 4, video 2. And we are still on page 31. 40 students share 5 pizzas equally. How much pizza does each student get? All right, and then we're going to annotate, which means underline and mark it up. 40 students share 5 pizzas equally. How much pizza does each student get? All right, so go ahead and draw a tape diagram of what you think would be best. How would you like to show this? I'll give you a minute or two. Think about what's being divided, what's being shared, what can be shared, what can be divided. All right. So I have some examples for us. Let's look at our examples. All right, here we have a tape diagram, and we have what the book's calling an area model. So maybe you have something that looks like this: 5 pizzas divided among 40 students. And here's what we don't know is how much each person is going to get. Now, make sure that you don't have the 40 being divided, right? What's being divided is the pizzas. So it's 5 divided by 40, or 5/40ths. Here's another way to do it. We have 5 pizzas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they cut their pizzas into 8 pieces. Now, why would they cut their pizzas into 8 pieces? Think about what you know about 5 and 40 and 8. Yeah, think about that. So 40 students and 5 pizzas. So 5 divided by 8. Sorry, should not be 5 divided by 8. Should be 5 divided by 40. But what I'm getting at is that 5/40ths, right? 5/40ths is the same as 1/8. Now that might be a little interesting to think about. But think about 1 times 5 is 5, and 8 times 5 is 40. So if each student gets 1/8, because we have 40 students and only 5 pizzas, right? So we could use a regular division problem, but we want to make sure that the 5 is on the inside. I think a lot of people might want to put the 40 on the inside, but notice the 5 is on top, 5 divided by 40, because we're sharing 5 pizzas, right? So that's a little challenging, isn't it? But if we think about 8 times 5 is 40, I think the easiest way to do it is this way, right? Would 5/40ths still be okay? Yes, you are getting 5/40ths of a pizza, but 5/40ths of the pizza is the same as 1/8. Let's think about how we could do this division-wise. You don't really have a decimal of division yet, but that's how we would do it. And then we would say 1 with 10 left over. Yeah, that's not so good. So I think this is the best way to do it, is to say one pizza broken into 8 parts, and everybody would get one of those because there's 8, 16, 24, 32, 40 pieces. And that's one per each student. Yeah, that's a harder one, isn't it? All right, let's look at the next one. Make sure you have that written down. If you don't, go ahead and pause me. Let's look at the next problem, which is on page 32. That's Mr. Evans cut 17 feet of wire into 6 equal pieces. All right, so go ahead and draw a tape diagram. Oh, first we gotta annotate, mark it up. 17 feet of wire, 6 equal pieces. What is the length of each piece of wire? Okay, so 17 feet. What is getting divided up? Is 17 feet of wire, right? 17 feet. How many pieces is it being divided into? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines make 6 sections. And what do we need to know? We need to know how big is each piece, one piece. So 17 divided by 6. And a division problem is a fraction, and a fraction is a division problem. So 17 sixths. 17 sixths. How much is that? We're going to have to do vertical form. Oh, I could do it over there. Let's see. Maybe if I use yellow. 17 divided by 6, right? I'm dividing up the 17 into 6 parts. So 6 times 3 is 18. So 6 times 2 is 12. Divide, multiply, subtract, and I have 5 left over. So that means that each piece is 2 and 5, and we're dividing the 5 by 6, 5 sixths feet long, right? 2 and 5 sixths feet is the length of each piece. Make sure you're writing the sentence as well on page 32. Length. Okay, awesome job. Now let's see. I'll see you in the next video. Mahalo.